Well, welcome back to Modeling Time with me, Brian Banna. This is going to be a very brief video. It shouldn't run more than a few minutes. But as the title says, this is the ugly reveal. Now, in the previous videos, I did the plastic surgery. Then I came back and I grit blasted all of those areas that I put together. And through a visual inspection, everything looked to be okay. But there are a lot of little tiny things going on that the eye can't see. So then I put a very light coat of primer gray over everything and all the ugliness came out. So on each one of these models, I have to do a little bit of extra work, some filling, sanding, a little bit of buffing. So let me get the camera set up on the bench here, and I'll see if I can show you some of those areas of what I'm talking about. Alright, so I already have the camera zoomed in, and on this one, this is 4353. I'm going to have to do some additional filling on the nose. So on this side, I just have to buff it. The filling came out good. There's no joint lines that I can see. I'm just going to buff it from the primer that I put on it. On the nose, there's just a little bit right here and a little bit of buffing that needs to go on right here. On this side, I need to do a little bit of filling. I don't know if the light's going to show or if you can see it, but I need to do some filling here. I need to do some filling right here and right here. So I'll take care of that. On the back, on this portion here, I need to fill all along this line and then feather it in. And here, I just need to do a little bit of cleanup. There's some tool marks or some scraping marks that I need to get rid of. So I'll do some filling, a little bit of sanding. So that's 4354. On 4353, we'll start with the back. This whole line here, joint here, needs to be filled and blended. On this side, it's pretty good, but there's a small area right up here that needs to be filled and blended. Going to the nose, this side is pretty good. I need to do just a little bit right here. A little bit of buffing. Maybe there's some tool marks here. I do a little tiny bit of filling, a little bit of buffing there, and this needs to have some fill here. On the face of the nose, we got a small spot right here, and we have some here, here, and here. On the left side of the nose, we've got some filling to do along here, a tool mark here, and some filling to do right along here and a little bit along here and here. That on the cab, we got some tool marks here that I need to take care of. A little bit of filling up here. This line up on the top to about right here, I really don't need to do anything to it, but I'm going to do the filling because when I put the number board in, it's right on that line, so it'll be covered up. But I want everything to be perfect, so I need to do a little tiny bit of filling here, right there, a little bit of sanding here and here, some filling there, and that pretty much takes care. A little bit of sanding right along there. So that takes care of 4353. Put the cab back on there. Alright. Let's go with 4352. Let's go with start from the back. Definitely need to do some filling along that line, with that joint. Definitely some filling along that joint. Come to the nose. I got some filling to do here. Now again, just like on the cab, this joint here is going to be hidden behind the battery boxes. I already tested it. But I still want it to be filled. I want to know that everything is right. So fill there, a little bit of sanding and buffing here. There's a tool mark there. A light joint line right there, so I have to do some filling there. Come to the side, this one's okay. A little bit of sanding right here where the nose overhangs the corner of the, or the roof of the nose overhangs the corner of the side here, so I need to do a little bit of fix up there. Let's see, how about on the front here? A little bit of filling right there. That's just too much paint put on right there, so I'll just have to buff that down. That's fine. Let's see, a little bit of filling, tool mark there, so I'll fill that in. A little bit of filling there, and a little bit right along this line right here. So take care of that. And the cab. The cab actually looks pretty good. I got a little bit of cleanup to do over here where I was doing some scraping, so I gotta clean that up to the window. Probably what I'll do is I'll put this in the mill and just take it nice and smoothly right down. And same with across the top. That seems to work the best, is if I just put it in the mill and just barely kiss it, it'll clean up. I need to do some filling and sanding right there. So that takes care of 4352. Put that cab back on. And 4351. Yes. So we definitely need to fill here. So look at, yep, definitely need to fill here. Let's go to the nose. Got some filling to do here. A little bit right there. The rest of the nose looks okay, just some buffing. A little bit of buffing right across here. Oh, I'm sorry. A little bit of buffing right across here. A little bit of blending here. No filling. On the left side of the nose, got some filling to do here, here, and right along this edge back here. So that's basically what I have to clean up. So as you can see, the paint reveals a multiple of sins. Don't trust your naked eye to a finished surface. Make sure that it's right by putting a very light coat of paint over it. It'll show you any tool marks or any joint lines or whatever you don't want there. If it goes on smooth, you did a good job. If it reveals something, you got to go back and fix it, because another coat of paint isn't going to hide it. So I'm going to let this surface primer dry for a few days. Let all the moisture evaporate out of it, let it cure really good and hard, and I'll go back and use some Tamiya putty to fill those areas. I like Tamiya putty. I don't have to grit blast those areas again. I just need to fill them, feather out the edge, sand them down and feather out the edges and get those joints hidden, clean up some of the tool marks, and shoot another light coat over it, make sure everything's gone, and we're good to go. So hopefully I can get that done in the next week or two. In the meantime, I do need to start working on the decals, and because by the time I get to the decal portion, I want those decals in my hands. So I'll be cleaning up these joint lines, filling and sanding, and at the same time working on the decals, get the decal sheet done. I'll send it off to Highball Graphics to get them tested, and then when I'm positive that I'm confident that they're right, then I'll put the decal sheet together and send it off to Microscale and get them silkscreen printed. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that, seeing the ugliness there. I don't want to show you everything looking great and wonderful right out of the box. Things do happen, and sometimes you have to go back and fix and clean stuff up. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to delivering you another video here in the near future.